From Nairobi City, Mr. Patrick Akivaga Analo. He will be giving you a pitch on the challenges facing Nairobi City, the subject of an open call, the projects, and explanation of the startup support provided by the City of Nairobi for the project. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Mai, for talking about my country and my city. As you have been told, my name is Patrick Analo. I work in the county government of Nairobi as the county secretary and also chief officer in charge of urban planning and development. I'll briefly talk about flooding as one of the urban disasters or challenges that occur in the city of Nairobi, and it affects some of the startups that Mai has talked about, the small and the big and the medium-sized businesses that we have in the city of Nairobi. The city of Nairobi is home to about 5 million people, and as you have heard, is one of the biggest cities in East Africa, rapidly urbanizing at a rate of about 6%. And it's among the top 5 cities in Africa. Now, because of changes in climate, we go through heavy rains. And this has changed even most recently this year. After a cycle of about 50 years, we had aggravated rains beyond even what you've experienced in the past called El Niño. And as a result of the rains, many of the settlements in the city of Nairobi were destroyed. Business opportunities have been shut. Actually, even as we sit here, we are just trying to recover from the effect of the excessive rain. We had schools which had to delay opening because of destroyed bridges. About 20 key bridges in the city were swept away by the rains, and therefore cutting settlements and affecting even access to medical services, access to markets, access to social amenities, destruction of road infrastructure. And so I'm here just to present that and demonstrate how it affects startups. Out of the 5 million people we have in the city of Nairobi, about 60% are young people. And these are the key drivers of the city's economy. And they are mostly in private sector. So when we have rains and they affect even the electricity, they affect communication, they affect the normal movement of people. It presents a big challenge to the city's economy. And I think it's an important discussion to bring in this room as we discuss startups, particularly in urban economies of developing cities like ours. So moving from that, what have we been able to do? I think particularly going through the experience we saw this year, the city is investing more in building its technology and capacity in terms of early warning and risk assessment, being able to look out through the weather forecasting and predicting the changes in weather. We are also investing very heavily in training of our personnel to be able to respond to catastrophes that happen within the urban area within the shortest time possible. Because when we have floods, quite a number of people die or are affected because of panic or a failure to access medical services within the shortest time possible, or emergency rescue if you are, for example, stuck in a residential area, and that's an area that we are really focusing on. To be able to achieve that, the county government of Nairobi, together with the national government, is investing in building a key institution in terms of training of personnel. And having been to this city before, having looked at how you have been able to deal with the earthquakes as one of the catastrophes or disasters that Tokyo goes across, the city of Nairobi is now focused on building the capacity of the municipal personnel, workers, equipments, machinery, and facilities to be able to respond to those challenges. So very quickly, you see those are the roads which are on the lower side of the screen. That's a totally cut settlement. The road infrastructure has been destroyed. We have a residential area that cannot be inhabited at all. And this, in actual sense, as I indicated earlier, affects business activities within the city of Nairobi. So you can see, for example, that video is just demonstrating what was happening in some of the settlements about 3 or 4 weeks ago. The normal public transport cannot be accessed. Businesses have to close down, and people have to find a way of surviving. On the left of the screen is, for example, a public sanitary facility within the city, which cannot be accessed during the rain season. Public transport becomes impeded. You know, on the right you can see we have excessive now traffic jams when we have those rains in the city. Those are more pictures of the experience at that time. So I think to emphasize here, what are we doing to make sure that we are better placed moving forward? One, we have come up with a multi-agency approach and platform involving the county government and the national government level, and then the various players, particularly from relief bodies and agencies. And I think here is where we can tap in the input of startups as a part of corporate and social support interventions. I think that also explains moving forward, mapping of the areas that are affected with risks and being able to expand infrastructure in terms of drainage, recruiting more personnel, but also equipping their expertise in terms of responding to disaster. Yeah, so we would like to draw examples from other cities that are here, particularly on how do we invest more on flood prediction system, including river monitoring, flood alert system, epidemic outbreaks, particularly after long periods of rains, excessive flooding. There are cases where you are followed with the outbreak of epidemics, and particularly this affects the high-risk areas, the high areas of human concentration, and then the material support, the post-disaster recovery, the infrastructure that has been cut. Currently, we have estimated a cost of about 3 billion Kenya shillings, which is about 3,000 or 2,500 US dollars. The amount of money that is needed to repair the roads, to reestablish the cut bridges, to restore power lines, to get back water reticulation, among other key infrastructure support for settlements. So moving forward, we welcome the support that we have received from this program, and we are ready to receive the team that will be coming from this program to visit the city of Nairobi. The county government has committed to provide necessary support, including office space, equipment, and utilities, and also deploy our personnel in being able to work with the startups that you have in the city of Nairobi, and also seeing how do we feed into the city's support system in terms of disaster preparedness, disaster response, coordination, and management. Thank you so much.